All right, I'm back. We are back. We got some Silver City Brewing. This is their limited edition Kwik Stout. And this one is a mocha milk stout. You can see they got the old school like mini milk carton with the missing persons on it. And let's see what else we got here. Coming in at a respectable 8%. Let's see what they say on the side. Kwik Stout, mocha milk stout. Supplemented by a hearty dose of cocoa, freshly roasted coffee, and a hint of vanilla. Kwik Stout is a unique style of stout brewed with lactose, a special sugar found in the milk that isn't consumable by yeast, resulting in a silky sweetness. Hops used are Columbus. Malts used are pale malt, roasted, chocolate malt, dark crystal. We got about 40 IBUs as well as 8% ABV. And I really like that clean, precise breakdown that Silver City does on these special editions. Let's go ahead and crack it. We will pour it into our Brewery Omegong glass. Not quite as pitch black as I thought it was going to be. At least when it was pouring out, I could definitely see a nice kind of reddish brown hue to it. So not exactly pitch black, but it does have kind of a dark brown tan head on it. You could definitely smell some of that vanilla coming up off the top there. Smells fantastic. Maybe just a little bit of coffee underneath that. Got to kind of chew it a little bit. Make sure it coats the whole mouth. This one is packed with flavor. It's not quite as thick as I thought it was going to be either, like viscosity-wise. It's not thin by any means, but it's just not quite as viscous as I thought it was going to be. Tons of flavor. Tons of chocolate, vanilla, and then I feel like there's just enough coffee for it to be perceivable. Not heavy on the coffee. I think it's more sweet than coffee, but definitely a lot of that chocolate and vanilla. Very, very tasty. And it is kind of silky smooth, velvety. Tastes real good. All right. So that is going to be the dessert shaverage. Today we're going to be using First Canadian Shave Ace of Spades. And man, I could have swore I used this already. We'll get into it a little bit. But here's a look at the soap. You can see where I scooped some. And what's funny is when I opened it today, I didn't see any scoop marks. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking there's no way in hell I did not use this already. Like I said, we'll go into that in just a moment. We got the lather already whipped up right now. Beautiful lather, nice and creamy, looking very luxurious, has a nice shine to it. Got it whipped up in the beautiful Thirsty Badger shave bowl there. The brush for today is That Darn Rob, now called Chisel and Hound. They did a little bit of a name change, but it's got this beautiful bird's eye maple and ivory resin on top. And then above that is the AP Shave Co. SynBad synthetic knot, and it is just chock full with lather. That bulb is just loaded with lather. Let's go ahead and get some water on the face. Hope everybody's doing well. I had a long, busy Monday, but because of that, the day actually kind of flew by. So can't really be mad when the day flies by. Get a little bit of overtime, money in the bank. So can't really be mad when it just shakes out like that. So this one comes to us from First Canadian Shave. Obviously, it's in the name. It's a product out of Canada. Big fan of First Canadian Shave, or commonly just referred to as FCS, or First Canadian. It's comes to us for 23 American dollars for 4 ounces. And it is a beef tallow and buffalo milk soap base. You can see there, very nice looking base indeed. Those are the notable ingredients. I'll go ahead and flash you guys the ingredients list on the side here in just a second. But this stuff smells phenomenal. So it's a simple scent of cigar tobacco, cherry, bourbon, and bergamot. And between those four notes, they have really done something special here. I'm sure it's a pre-blend, but I ain't judging. I ain't mad at it. If it smells good, that's all that fucking matters to me. Alright. That will do there. The scent on this one, you definitely get that cherry coming across the top. And I feel like the bourbon is also noticeable because there's a slight amount of booziness. But then other than that, the tobacco just adds a little bit more warmth and depth. And then the bergamot is often used as a sweeter citrus, and that is also just there to kind of help round out the scent. It's very nice though. I'm going to be using my buddy's Schick Injector Type J, my buddy Brian from Bearded and Winning. There we go. There's like a piece of fuzz that was floating that I could not ignore. Very nice, like off-white cream handle, gold top, very slim profile, as most Schick injectors are. Absolutely a stunner of a razor, and it shaves fantastic as well. Very intuitive in my opinion. As a face shaver, that is. Brian went ahead and let me borrow this one because he was actually struggling with it as a head shaver. So since I don't really have no experience there, can't really give any real feedback in that area. But he did want me to give it a test run just to see if there was any noticeable flaws with the razor. And I've had multiple great shaves with it at this point. Should be sending it back real soon now. I've had multiple great shaves with it. I can't see anything, mechanically wrong with his Type J. So I've had multiple good shaves, and I am going to send it back soon, since I've pretty much proven to myself that there's nothing wrong with this razor. Oh yeah, I said I was going to flash you the ingredients so you could see there along with the website. There you go. So anyways, you're a shaving degenerate when you bust out a soap that you've had for who knows how long. You have false memories of using it. And when you pop the lid, you realize that the surface of the soap has been unscathed. As a bowl latherer, I scooped the soap out, leaving a very obvious trail of where I interfered with the surface of the soap. And so I'm looking at the surface of Ace of Spades today, and I'm thinking, where the hell did I scoop it from? It looks completely unscathed, like it looks untouched. And so I go, no, I know I used it. I know I've used it. I hit Google. Oh no, actually I hit YouTube, got into the search bar, and did a very refined search. My channel, spelt exactly the way I spell it, DK Damn Fine Shave, First Canadian Shave, and then Ace of Spades. All of that in the search bar. What comes up? The first, 10 results. DK Damn Fine Shave, First Line Shave. None of them, none of them were Ace of Spades. And I'm thinking, why do I have a very fond memory of this scent? A very, like, vivid memory. I don't know what the hell happened, guys. Sometimes that shit happens. You know, it's not the first time this has happened. Finding, you know, going to revisit a soap and then coming to find out I've never used it. It's just been sitting in my collection. You know, I bought it and then never popped the top. So that that right there, and that's not like a subtle brag or a humble flex or anything like that. That's just shave degeneracy right there. It's like, I obviously would have used it for the sake of content if I would have remembered to. All I can think of is maybe I had so much stuff coming in all at once that it just kind of got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back and then forgot about. Surely I did an unboxing or something, because I remember smelling it and I remembered liking it. But anyhow, so going on to further shave degeneracy, do you guys ever like have daydreams about shaves to be like like you know, I'm at work, or I'm on a break, or just out doing completely something else. I'm having lunch or golfing, and you're just sitting there like something just pings a memory or a feeling, and then you're like, man, I gotta bust out, you know, Lisa's Natural Ober Creations Fougere, because something triggered that, you know? And then if you're like me, you start building a shave from that starting point. You're like, oh man, I really want to use this. Yeah, what would I use with it in this particular situation, in this state of mind? You know, while we're brainstorming and having kind of a shaving wet dream, if you will. What would I use with it? And I find myself doing that all the time, and I actually begin to cue these shaves that I want to come to fruition, like in the back of my brain, and sometimes they actually come to me at random times, and they just like revisit me until I actually make it come to be. Then they'll finally subside and go away. But I can ignore them for weeks, but they'll just be there in the back of my mind, like fleeting, coming back, like, oh, you gotta use Purely Skinful Fougere Luxe, just like a little shaved devil on my shoulder or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, bust out the the karat gold Schick Injector, you know, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm probably rambling, but it's just funny how it happens. So today, I was in a situation where I was trying to do one of those shaves, but for the life of me, it wasn't coming to me. Nothing was coming to me. And so what I do in that situation is I start rummaging through the fucking shaving soaps that I have until I find something that hopefully triggers my memory, and then I'll just go from there. But in this case, I ran into First Canadian Shave, Ace of Spades, before I actually got to whatever was haunting me, you know, the last few weeks or days, whatever it might be. And since I came across it, I said, man, let me pop this open and give it a smell. It has been a while. And I smelt it without even looking at it. I just put it right up in my fucking snout. Snout deep, if you will. And I'm here with the soap to my nose and I'm thinking, damn. That is bold and banging. And I've got to use this. To hell with whatever I was going to shave with. I got to use this. And then it wasn't till after, I took my title picture, my thumbnail for the video. It wasn't till after I got out of the shower, I finally popped a tub of soap. And before I loaded my shaving bowl, I'm looking at it and I go, why does this look like it hasn't even been touched? Why does it look unscathed? And upon investigation, like I said, I never used this shit. Or at least I have no proof that I used it. There was no sample shaves. There was no Instagram lives. There's no proof that I ever used it. So it must just be like a mail call. I must have just popped the top, got a good whiff of it on the mail call, and then it just hung back there in my scent memory. Looks like we got a weeper. I do feel the ever so slightest small bump, so it might have just been a blemish that we ran over. It wasn't a big one though. I didn't see it beforehand, but it does feel like a small bump. Anyways, I'm happy I came across this one because it adds more content to the channel, more variety. I absolutely love variety. I love First Canadian Shave, real good stuff. I'm happy that Randy is kind of making a comeback, making soaps again. I know shit was looking kind of bad there for a while, but I'm glad to see him back making soaps again. And that was a damn fine shave for show. And I don't mean damn fine shave in the sense that it's not BBS. I said that's a damn fine shave because that is saying something is damn fine is a high compliment. So let's get this lather off the face. Oh, and I can still smell it lingering. Very nice scent strength on this one. Right in my wheelhouse. Wonderful scent. Oh man, the skin feels nice and silky. At least while it's wet. Might have a little bit of irritation here. Or maybe that's where the weeper is. Yeah, that's where the weeper is. I was going to say I feel something as I go over it. That feels good. That feels good. Alright. Other than that one weeper, very, very smooth. We did our job here today. We got the Lancaster Razorworks purple towel. Get all that lather out of the beard, mustache, out of the ears. That way we don't end up looking like Ken Surfs. I haven't watched Ken Surfs in a hot minute. But definitely back when I first got into this hobby, I'd watch a lot of Ken Surfs. Good dude. I was watching, was it Matthew Lawrence today? He hit a 2,500 subscriber milestone, so congrats to Matthew Lawrence. I actually found his channel from him watching and commenting on my channel. And so, funny enough, like, much larger YouTuber than me. More renowned anyways. Still out here supporting smaller channels. I think that's fucking awesome. That's some shit that I am known to do. I don't know how many channels I'm subscribed to. Can't watch every single video, but I don't know how many channels that I'm subscribed to in this wet shaving community. because I like to support, you know, the fellas and ladies that that take part in this hobby of ours. All right, so I do not have the matching aftershave splash. I looked, but I'm going to use Murphy and McNeil's Old Bushmalt, and this one is also kind of a sweet boozy scent. It's based off of a high-end cologne, Killian's single malt to be exact. And there's a look at the aftershave splash ingredients. Best looking aftershave bottle in the game, in my opinion. Industry standard quality restrictor right there. And when I say quality restriction, you can give that one a vigorous shake and you won't overpour. Soaks in immediately. For me, I didn't feel any burn whatsoever. I'm going to put just a dash more on the neck because I feel like it got neglected. And still no burn. Not even where the weeper was. No burn. Very smooth shave. And this is not the same scent as Ace of Spades, but it's complementary. It's in the same vein. And now I'm smelling like a fucking snack. Speaking of snacks, let me go ahead and grab the Shave Ridge beer. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you on the next one, and have a good week.